Welcome to my channel. My name is Unwana, and every week I share important topics on how to improve your personal finance and grow your wealth. My question to you today is, what are you doing to quit the rat race? The first question I want to ask you is, why do most athletes go broke 5 years after retirement? Okay, even though throughout their careers they've made millions of dollars, but most of them still end up going broke. Currently in the United States, 78% of workers in the US are living paycheck to paycheck. Are you one of those? I used to be like that, just living paycheck to paycheck until I decided enough is enough. Americans now have the highest credit card debt in history, okay? Due to the pandemic and due to other factors as well. So it all comes down to your relationship with money. What's your relationship with money? Okay, that would dictate what happens to you and if you're stuck in the rat race. All right, so what happens is, what does money mean to you? You have to decide and define what money means to you, because we all need money. Okay, money is a tool that we use to facilitate things. So you definitely need to have money in your life, which is why we all have jobs or we start businesses, but we need money. So what is money to you? So, I might be referring down here because I'm going through some of my notes so I don't miss anything. Okay, so basically money equals value. So when you have a job, you go to your job and you put in X amount of hours, and based on the rate you're paid, you get a paycheck. So you put in the time and then you get compensated. So money provides value. All right, money equals value. So this topic might be a little upsetting to some people. If you find this topic too in your face, I am sorry, but we have to address what's really going on in people's lives right now with people's finances. Okay, at some point I used to be the same. I was struggling with money, I was struggling with debt. I'm trying to get myself on the right track, which is why I created this YouTube channel, to be able to educate people and also share content on what I'm implementing in my life today to be able to get myself out of the rut. So everything I'm showing on my channel today are things that I'm actually implementing in my life. Okay, so a very important statistics I just saw was nearly 1 in 10 people earning 6 figures are living paycheck to paycheck. Can you believe that? 1 in 10 earning 6 figures is living paycheck to paycheck. So why is that happening? Okay, it all comes down to your relationship with money. All right, so it doesn't matter how much you make. What matters is, what do you do with the money that you earn? Okay, and this is what ends up happening to people, where you get stuck in the rat race. So basically you keep hearing people on YouTube all over the place saying, I can get you to quit your job, I can get you to quit the rat race. There's a reason why it's called the rat race, okay? Because you keep going around in circles. Okay, so what happens is, as you start working, if you don't have a foundation, if you don't have good financial management or money management, what happens is, as your income increases, your expenses increase to match your income. So let's take, for instance, someone making 6 figures. Let's just put a number. Let's say $100,000. So after tax, they're probably bringing home maybe about 70. Okay, depending on your tax bracket. That's still a decent income for someone, to survive on. But what happens is, because you're earning 6 figures, you have the pressure to impress, or the pressure to live up to standards. Okay, so what happens? You end up buying a bigger home, you end up buying luxury vehicles, you end up spending money and living above your means. Okay, this is what gets people in the rat race, where you get trapped in the rat race. All right, so it all starts with your relationship with money. If you don't know how to handle money, you will forever be stuck in the rat race, because guess what? You can't just quit your job, you can't just leave your job, because you have all these obligations that you have to meet. Okay, and it all stems from your relationship with money. All right. So basically, there are certain things that you can have in place. I have studied many people on how they were able to escape the rat race, but it all began with a plan. So you have to have a plan in place for you to be able to escape the rat race. All right. I am still in the rat race. Okay. Believe it or not, I'm still in the rat race, but I have things in place. I have things in my pipeline that eventually will get me out of the rat race. Now, once you escape the rat race, I hear it's beautiful on the other side, but don't take my word for it. I'm just a regular guy on YouTube just trying to share some content. All right. We got to have some humor. Okay. So that's just my little bit of humor there. So basically, you have to have a plan in place if you want to quit the rat race. You cannot keep doing the same thing and expect a different outcome. All right. Which is why I decided, you know what, I need to take charge of my life. I need to take charge of my finances. I need to get things back in order. I have other videos I have made on my story, so you can go there and check it out. So you have to have a plan. So these are the 5 steps that I am currently implementing, okay, to be able to quit or escape the rat race. So number 1, budgeting. You have to have a budget. A budget ensures that you live within your means. You're not spending more than you're making. Okay, there is no reason why, if you're making 6 figures a year, to be living paycheck to paycheck. Okay, you shouldn't be living paycheck to paycheck regardless of what income you're earning, whether it's 5 figures or 6 figures or 7 figures. You shouldn't live paycheck to paycheck. So it all starts with budgeting. You have to have a financial money plan, okay, a roadmap for how you allocate your resources. Okay, so you have the income piece, you have the expense piece, and you need to figure out a way to ensure that you're always in the black or you're always positive. And then this leads us to the next tip that you need to have in place, or that I have incorporated in my place, is to create an emergency fund. So an emergency fund is basically a form of security for you. So when things happen, because we live, it's life, things happen, you have a cushion, you have a way to get yourself out of any situation. Ideally, you should have between 3 to 6 months worth of funds in a separate account, okay, where you have that labeled for emergencies only. Absolutely only for emergencies. Okay. Then the third thing that I'm also implementing in my life right now is to delay gratification. Okay, we live in a materialistic society where, when you look at social media, you see everybody with their fancy clothes, with their fancy cars. Everything is always rosy on social media. You don't see the other side of things. All right. So don't fall for that trap. Learn to delay gratification. That is the difference between a millionaire, a billionaire, and the middle class and the poor. Okay. The rich and the wealthy people are able to delay gratification. So instead of going to buy that nice car and have an $800 a month monthly payment, what the wealthy person would do is they will take that in money, okay, they will invest in an income producing asset, and then that asset funds their lifestyle. So that's my plan. All right. I love sports cars, I love fast cars, but right now I drive a Toyota Camry, a hybrid. Okay, so I'm sitting in my Toyota Camry hybrid. It's a decent vehicle. It takes me from point A to B because I have plans for the future. So my car is paid off. I don't have any loans. Okay, it's very economical for me right now. It works for me right now, but doesn't mean that, in a couple years I might not upgrade my vehicle. So you have to learn to delay gratification, which is what I'm doing now. I am delaying gratification for future times. Okay, the fourth thing you want to do is you need to increase your income. When I say increase your income, you need to have multiple sources of income. So like I said, if you're stuck in a 9 to 5 or you have only one primary source of income, you have to diversify your income. You have to create other sources of income for yourself. Okay, which is why on my channel I talk about affiliate marketing, I talk about other online digital products and things that you can do, okay, or service business where you're bringing in income in addition to your paycheck. Okay, you cannot rely on one form of income alone. All right, so number 4, you have to increase your income. When you increase your income and you're keeping your expenses low, you have more cash flow to invest. Okay, to invest in things, in income producing asset, okay, in acquiring assets instead of acquiring liabilities. All right, and the 5th and final thing is you want to be able to solve problems. When I say solve problems, if you look around you, there's always something to solve. For instance, okay, I have my phone mounted on a phone mount. Somebody solved that problem. Somebody invented the phone mount that I have in my car to hold my phone, so I don't have to hold my phone while I'm recording. All right, somebody made the ring light, okay, that's reflecting right now because I'm shooting this and it's getting dark right now. So somebody invented the ring light. Now whoever invented the ring light that we all use for our videos and stuff, okay, solved a problem. So if you solve a problem, the marketplace will reward you, okay, which also ties into increasing your income. So if you start a business, okay, whether it's a YouTube channel, because I'm treating my YouTube channel as a business, I am offering, services to people. I'm offering value to people. Yes, it takes time. Yes, you have to put in the effort, but you have to look at the long term. What do you want out of life? What do you want eventually? Do you want to keep working your job and then retire and have nothing to show for it? That's my biggest fear. I have a friend that also has a YouTube channel. You should check her out, Rachel Smith, and she also talks about how she was able to escape the rat race, okay, to escape her corporate job. All right, so there's nothing wrong with having a corporate job, but sometimes corporate jobs are not for everyone. All right, so I love my job. I work in a bank and I help people with personal finance, which is why I feel my channel is congruent with what I love and what I do. I'm a banker, okay, and my goal is to help educate people while educating myself, while learning as well on how to handle finance, because that's something that's not taught in school. Schools don't teach us about money. Our families don't teach us about money unless you come from an affluent family where there is structure and there is discussion of money and how to create wealth. Most families don't talk about money. The only time you talk about money is when you're fighting over who's going to pay what bill. I have no money to pay for stuff, etc. All right, so these are the 5 things that you want to take charge of, okay, and which are the 5 things that I'm implementing in my life right now to improve my financial status and get me where I want to go. So it all starts with having a plan, and I'm going to list everything on that plan again. So number 1, you have to have a budget. Number 2, you have to set up an emergency fund, okay, to safeguard against events. Number 3, you have to delay gratification, okay. I made a video a while back when I said I listed how I was going to buy my first Lamborghini, okay, and I had people laugh at me, but that's okay, because eventually someday I'm going to be having a video showing you how I'm picking up my Lamborghini as well. Maybe it might not be a Lamborghini. Maybe I might not be interested in Lamborghini when I have the means to afford one, okay? But I guarantee you, if I keep doing what I'm doing, if you keep doing what you're doing, keep providing value, you will eventually achieve your goals, okay? So it all starts with providing value, okay? I'm not doing this channel to make a quick buck. I'm doing this to help people. Now, if the money comes, then it's fine, all right? Number 4, have to increase your income. Get other sources of income. You can start a YouTube channel. You can start, an e-commerce store. You can do some drop shipping. You can do some social media. You can do whatever, digital products, whatever you can. Get yourself involved now. And finally, you want to solve problems. Solving problems entails starting a business or creating a product or creating something that helps people, okay? And then you can scale, all right? So I hope this comes off well to you. Like I said, I'm going to leave a link to my friend's channel, and you can check her out as well. And maybe you can learn a couple things. And if you find value in my videos, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and also make sure you hit the notification bell so YouTube will notify you of all my new videos. So I do thank you for spending your time here. If you've watched this far, then you're on to something, and I appreciate you. Okay, so please, thank you very much for being here, and don't forget to check my other videos. You might see a couple videos show up at the end of this video. Click on those videos. You might learn something, and that might improve your personal finance and take it to the next level. All right, and I'll see you on my next